welcome to day 2 of our pet dental health month challenge. So I hope you got an okay yesterday and what we told you about helped in any way for your dogs. So today we're going to talk about something called cooperative care, also known as collaborative care, and what that basically means is ways that we can help our dogs to accept being checked over, examined, having teeth cleaned, etc., without it being worrying for them or stressful for them. It's also known as force-free, and there are lots of ways that we can help teach our dogs how to do this. So rather than just diving in, as you saw in the videos yesterday, my guys are absolutely fine with me doing all of these types of things. It's very clever girly, but I do spend a lot of time doing this. Now, one way to do this is to get our dogs used to being handled all around the face area and around the mouth area. So there are lots of little exercises that we can do to teach them this. And once they've learnt these exercises, we can apply them to using a teeth brush and wiping their teeth and things like this. So I'm going to go through a couple of these for you. Get your nose out of there. So one is a nose touch. Touch. Good girl. Another one is a chin target. I don't want that chin. Good girl. Another one is something called a snoot. Snoot. Good girl. Do it again. Snoot. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, treat my mouth now. And another one is called a bridge. A bridge target. Can you do that? Yes. Good girl. And so all of these are helping our dogs get used to being handled and voluntarily being handled. So they're actually putting their face into our hands, basically. Aren't you? Once our dogs have got any of these basics, we can start using them for starting to get them used to being handled more and more. And then we can use them when we are applying things like teeth brushing and things like that. So to give you an example, pop a treat there. If I was to use the chin target, chin, chin, and look at teeth, good girl. What's happening there is Ripley knows where my hand is. She knows what a chin target is. She knows she gets something for it. She knows that my hand is going to be near her face and near her mouth. So when I ask for that chin target, she has the option of putting her chin there knowing that my hand is close by or not. If she says, no, I don't want to do this, that's absolutely fine. I would then say, well, let's do something different instead. We'll do some other training or play a game or something instead. But as long as she's happy and we've done a lot of work on this, then that gives me the permission to do whatever the next stage is. So she now knows that if I ask for a chin, I'm likely at this moment to ask for something else that's a tiny bit of treat, straight after, which was looking at her teeth. So Ripley, chin, chin, chin. Yes, good girl. So because she lifted her chin up, I wanted to make sure she was okay with that, which you were, weren't you, little darling? And chin target, chin. Can you chin? There's nothing there. Chin. Yes. Yeah, you're hoping for the treat, you cheeky little monkey, aren't you? Yes, you are. So it can be used for things like that. Things like the bridge target, for example, I could use bridge to start doing a bit of brushing. Good girl. Because she's focusing on pushing her nose up onto my hand. Bridge. Bridge. I could then be wiping the teeth, for example. Okay. If she was really, really worried about having her face touched, then I would do a lot of work with things like the snoot. Yes. And getting her used to my hands touching. Snoot. Good girl. Snoot. Yes. And just getting her used to doing things like that. And then when she's happy with doing things like that, snoot. Yes. I could maybe lift up the lip to have a quick look. I don't know if you could see that then. So snoot. Little look. Good girl. Yeah. So it's just the art of getting our dogs used to our handling and helping them to see that actually it's okay, it's part of a game, it's all good, and it gradually becomes bigger and bigger. Okay, so what you're going to find are links to the individual exercises below. Have a look at them all, have a go. You may, well, if you've trained with us before, you may well have done at least 1 or 2 of these already, which is great. This gives you a chance to do a little bit of a recap with your dogs and just check how they are doing. It might be you started doing one of these, but you haven't quite got anywhere further. So you maybe started teaching a chin target like so. Good. So you could get to the point chin where you actually get it on cue like that. Yeah. so you can push it on. So there's a great opportunity to do that. So you've got the tutorials for these are below. You can use these however you want. You can do as many as you want or not if you don't want to. And then it's a case of working on these, and we build up to then using them for the actual care that we want to give our dogs, whether that's wiping the teeth, whether that's brushing them, checking the teeth and gums and things like that. It also means you can use them when you go to the vets, because you can ask your dog to do these things and they're familiar with them, which means in a different environment with the vet being there and everything else that's going on, they get to do something that they know because it's familiar to them, because you've practiced it. They get rewards, they get praise. It makes the whole situation much nicer for our dogs. It means that your vet can get what they need to get done much easier and much quicker, and the whole situation is a lot less stressful for our dogs, for us, for our vet, and anyone else that's involved. Okay, so have a little look and have a go with some of these. If you have any questions or you're not sure, you can let us know via replying to this email, or of course we're going to have some posts in Facebook and on our Instagram, so you can write comments and questions on there as well if you would like to. So that's what we wanted to look at here, and why it's so important to do things like this and get our dogs used to it. Obviously there is the tactic of just kind of getting in there and making our dogs kind of put up with us doing these things, which works for some dogs. For a lot of dogs it doesn't. It can make the situation worse. It means that each time we need to brush their teeth or whatever it might be, they don't want to do it. They like it less and less. It might be painful if they've actually got a dental disease of some sort, and then they start being further and further away. They see you get the toothbrush out and they shy off somewhere, and it just becomes a whole thing. So if you are at that stage, start looking at the cooperative care type exercises, which, like I say, you've got some links below this one on the email. Start putting them into place, and then we can start using them with the dental type things, can't we? Yes we can. So have a go. If you have any questions, like I say, please do let me know, and your task is at the end of this email as well.